Nobody can escape the law, and footballers are no exceptions. So that's why today we're gonna take a look at 10 footballers who spent time in jail. At number 1, we have the legendary Argentinian footballer Diego Maradona, which to this day still a lot of people think that he's the greatest footballer ever. In March 1991, when Maradona was playing for Napoli, he failed a drug test after a game. He got suspended for 15 months from football. Then he fled to Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina, and then he got arrested by the Argentinian police. Diego Maradona then stated that those 15 months were the worst times of his entire life. Damn, that's tough. It's so sad that we'll never find out what would happen to Maradona's career if he would just cut out all the drugs and stop doing side quests and just focus on football.
Got you, homie. Tight, yeah.
And at number 2, we got the legendary defender of Arsenal, Tony Adams, who became the captain of the club at just the age of 21. Tony Adams had a really tough history with drinking alcohol, which he said that he started drinking after he got an injury at just 17 years old.
I was injured when I was 17. I couldn't play. I was injured. Over the 6 weeks I had the plaster on, I'd pretty much drink alcoholically.
In December 1990, he was driving on the influence of alcohol and crashed his car to a wall, driving at 4 times over the speed limit. 4 times! Holy! Then he was sentenced to 4 months in jail, but he just spent 57 days and just got out. And at number 3, the legendary number 7 of Manchester United, arguably the best French player to ever play football, Cantona, who also loves to spread misinformation and give really confusing speeches.
Hello, my friends. I am the new manager of Manchester United. See you soon.
What the fuck?
January 1995, Cantona was playing a game against Crystal Palace where he lost his control over a fan calling him racial slurs. And he absolutely entered the Mortal Kombat mode and kicked him in the face as hard as he could with his boots. Damn, that was hard. Now that you guys have made it this far in our video, you might as well be enjoying it, so don't forget to subscribe. Back to the video. Afterward, Cantona was sentenced to 2 weeks in prison. Years later, Cantona said that he has no regrets and it was one of the best moments of his career and he wished he would go even harder. And at number 4, we got Lee Hughes, a professional English footballer who played as a striker. In November 2003, which happens to be the time that I was just born, he was driving under the influence of alcohol and crashed his car and killed the other driver. Then he was sentenced to 6 years in prison. And at number 5, we got Joey Barton. We all know that how aggressive he was on the field and how kind of a warrior he was there, but he was even crazier off the pitch. On December 2007, around the area of Church Street of Liverpool, around 5:30 in the morning outside of a McDonald's, he decided to kick the shit out of somebody, break his teeth, scratch the fuck out of his face, and just mess him up. The real question inside my mind is that what a professional footballer is doing outside of a McDonald's at 5:30 in the morning, dude. Then he was found guilty of the crime, obviously, and spent 6 months in jail. As he mentioned it in an interview years later, he thinks he deserved that.
This is my chance to pay for what I've done.
And at number 6, we got the legendary Manchester United player George Best. Why are there so many footballers from the Premier League on this list, bro? What the fuck? I'm not even gonna say anything. Just guess. Got it! Drunk driving! This one just doesn't end with drunk driving. In addition to drunk driving, he assaulted a police officer. Then he was sentenced to 3 months in jail, which he had to spend the Christmas behind the bars. And at number 7, the legendary Ronaldinho. In March 2020, Ronaldinho and his brother traveled to Paraguay to participate in a charity event. You committed a crime on your way to a charity event. He faked his passport. They spent 32 days in the jail and paid $200,000 as a fine. And at number 8, we got Adam Johnson. The former Sunderland and England footballer had sexual activity with a 15-year-old girl. He was found guilty and spent 6 years behind the bars. And at number 9, we got the legendary Colombian goalkeeper Rene Higuita, who is massively known for his legendary and iconic scorpion kick. This one's by far the craziest one. Rene Higuita was involved in a kidnapping of a Colombian girl. Like, let me explain before you judge. He wasn't directly involved. This drug cartel gang had this little girl as hostage, and Rene Higuita's role was to bring her back to her parents in exchange of money. I exactly don't know how much money it was, but I read some articles and the number is $64,000. Just for $60,000, you could do better than that. Come on. Then he was sentenced to 7 months in jail, which he only served 3 months because of good behavior in the jail. And at number 10, we got the goalkeeper Luke McCormick. You may be asking, what happened? And I'm going to tell you, take a guess. Bingo, exactly, you got that right, drunk driving. But like George Best's story, it's just not gonna end there. In June 2008, he was driving under the influence of alcohol. Then he hits another car. 2 brothers, one 8 and the other 10 years old, die because of his dangerous driving. Then he was charged with causing death by dangerous driving and driving under the influence of alcohol. And he's sentenced to 7 years and 4 months in jail in 2008. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video and let me know how many of these you actually knew. See you guys next time.